Good afternoon, guys. Well, actually, it's morning. We're on Sobakau Alke Metro, and what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at all the work going on here on Alke Metro. There's quite a bit of it. It seems to be every other bar, Martin.
I think the clever people are using this time to do a bit of renovation, spruce up everything, give it a lick of paint. So yeah, I think we've not done a walk down here for a while. So
no.
I say we go and find out what's different and what's stayed the same.
Let's go.
The first place to look at here is we've got the old Climax Bar, which is right across the road from us. Now, a couple of things to talk about here is this used to be called the Funhouse.
Yes.
Gogo Bar before they turned into the Climax. I'm not sure what it's going to be now. We can maybe go over and have a wee look. Let's have a wee look then, okay? So it's looking a lot bigger for a start.
Yeah.
And
it's looking a lot nicer as well, actually.
yeah, I wonder if that pool table was there before, so I don't know whether they're going to take it out or whether it's going to be a pool table.
Looks like they're putting the tools on there at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite strange because this was owned by the same owner as Billabong Bar. Yeah, and you would assume that if they're going to do some kind of renovations, it's going to be like duplicate of the Billabong, because it works.
Is it still owned by the Billabong now? I don't think it is it?
That I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, let's have a wee look inside. Stick your camera in there, mate. So what are you thinking about this bar? Is it somewhere you would have liked to buy?
Yeah, it was somewhere what we actually looked at, but weren't quick enough. I think it went for 6 million, which is a lot of money in these times.
The good news is that it's not finished. The good news is that we can still sit and maybe have people watching beer.
Yeah, what I can see is they've obviously put a lot of mirror walls in, so it's making it look bigger.
Yeah. And of course it's right beside all these little nighttime food places. So this is quite interesting. Look, this is obviously where all the girls keep everything. A bit of history there, Nick.
Yeah.
This is obviously the old style and this is the new style.
I'll take them there, Hacienda. Can we mention it? Can we just have a look at this, the new nightclub here, which is looking, well, it's looking like a derelict building at the moment. But you can kind of see the plan here, or the way they've done that. It looks a bit rustic, a bit. It's called the Warehouse. And as Scott was saying, they're pretty much ready in a couple of weeks. But like I said, I don't think anything will open until at least August the 1st. So they'll be well in time.
The problem with this building was that it was quite industrial inside. So there was no way that they were going to be able to hide all the kind of ducts and cables and stuff. So the idea was that they decided to go with the warehouse style.
Yeah, obviously.
So that it kind of saves them from spending too much money on the roofing and stuff.
You'd be surprised how expensive that could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see that. And also, they've got the Hacienda mark in there.
So this is going to have a massive sign up here that says warehouse. So in that box is going to be the warehouse sign. And they're going to have a main entrance here. The entrance will go straight into the club, so there's no foyer. And there's actually 3 levels in this place, well actually 4, believe it or not, and the second level will be a VIP area, shisha area.
Shisha?
Ooh. let's have another walk. So of course, first thing we come to down LK is we'll get sugar, and this is quite a good bar. I always thought there was quite a good atmosphere in sugar.
That's obviously still there, no renovations.
And of course we've got the famous McDonald's kebab.
I was actually wondering what time they open, but maybe we're a bit early.
No, this is, if we just walk over here, Nick, so we've got one of the new Gogo bars here.
Catch me, yes.
Right, so this one is the old Touch a Gogo. And do you know the name of it before it was Touch? Here's a little bit of a question for you.
I can't remember now.
So this place was called Oscar's a Gogo before it was Touch.
Oscar's, yeah.
Now, as far as I can see inside, we'll have a wee nosy in a wee minute, right? But I don't think they've done much to the interior. So it looks like just there's maybe a name change and stuff. And obviously, I think an owner change. You think we can try and have a wee nosy?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Let's have a wee
mask on.
Put a mask on. Just say hello. So you can see there. So it doesn't look like there's too much changed in there.
Yeah.
Of course, across the road, let's have a wee look across the road here. We have got the famous Pulse And this was becoming one of the my favourite places. Remember the night we went in there not too long ago? Really good.
Oh, we had a
laugh.
great night.
Yeah, a lot of hands-on stuff here. Do you know what the name of this place was before it became called?
No.
So I believe this was the Armageddon.
Armageddon. Right,
I believe it was Armageddon, and it had like a, you know, one of these metal predator statues inside and stuff. I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So yeah, let's have another wee look. Now, what we've got over here, Nick, can you see how we've got Murphy's Law here?
Yeah.
So Murphy's Law used to be 2 units. I don't know if you remember, it was 2 double units. Now I'm not sure if it was these, I'm sure it was these 2 here.
Right.
So this used to be a double unit bar, and then Murphy got rid of half of it, and then Murphy's Law is now obviously a single unit. So a little bit of history there. When it was a double unit, it was a very busy bar, you know. Over here.
So there's another one being
Right,
renovated.
okay, so do you know the name of this place?
What now?
Well, yeah. What it used to be before it just shut down. This used to be Kiss a Gogo. And I'm not sure what it's going to be now, but obviously this was one of the oldest Gogos in the LK Metro, and it was a bit of a strange layout inside. It was quite narrow, but it had a little bit at the back, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that's going to be like. I wonder if we can sneak a wee look in this.
I mean, we've only got like, what, 3 bars in, and you can see the amount of work going on here.
Yeah.
Just on the left here, Martin, we've got Paradise a Gogo. Paradise, very popular a Gogo here. Obviously no work going on here at the moment, but I think it's quite a nice place anyway, already. They don't need any renovation work.
Yeah, there's a bit of history to Paradise. It used to obviously be called Paradise before, but it was a really old style Gogo bar. There used to be a little VIP area in the back, and the actual stage was in the centre, which was all a bit strange. But what was the great thing about this bar, Nick, was that the girls used to do like a football show. Right. So all the girls had a different football team and stuff. So I'm sure there was a few Stoke Cities in there and a few Chelseas and stuff. It was a great kind of show bar. The new owners, when they got it, they kind of tidied it up a wee bit, and they made it a little bit kind of high class. So now it was all neon and purple and stuff. But yeah, I mean, really, some could argue the old Paradise was better than the new Paradise.
Martin doesn't like change. Obviously on the left, on the right here, you've got Seven Sins, Salona Bar, and these seem to do very well, these bars here. Nice little 1 units, kind of probably like a bit of a Nightwish model.
Yeah, well, this one, the Salona Bar was the one that tried to do the tattoo thing, didn't they, last year, with the 40-baht beer.
I wonder how they're feeling about that now.
I'm not sure if they were real tattoos or not, but
they were.
They were?
Yeah.
All right, unbelievable. If, for me, Nick, this is one of the bars that I would think that would be a very good hacienda bar. If you were to pick an area in LK Metro, I would be definitely looking at one of these for you. And I don't know, you know, Logic says it can't be that expensive, can they?
No, I already know the prices of them.
Oh, okay. And are they really expensive?
No, but the thing is, it is like a group of bars, and there's 4 bars on LK Metro, and the guy wants to sell all 4 of them.
So this could be something in the future, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so
I already looked into it.
What do you think about the size of these bars? Do you think they're quite
I think they're great,
size?
because I do like this model, like I say, it's like a Nightwish model where they've got, basically you put 15 girls on there, just 15, 20 girls, and it looks busy then already. And yeah, I don't know how many people you can get in here, probably 30, 40 people seated in here. They're always kind of busy, so they're good bars. I do like this type of bar.
Yeah. Let's go next door and let's have a look. Next door we have got Destiny a Gogo. This is one of my favourite bars in LK now, and I just like it because there seems to be a good atmosphere inside, you know, and it is kind of, they've not renovated too much, so it is kind of really old school. It's one of these bars that I say that you wipe your feet when you leave. Yeah. You know, and I just like the atmosphere in there. And another thing about in there is they have a good selection of the girls. So what you've got is you get some sort of older girls, younger girls, tall girls, short girls, fat girls, thin girls. There's everything for everybody's taste in there, and the music's quite good too. They do a video jukebox and stuff. I'm a big fan of Destiny, and I usually kick off the night in here. They do cheap draft beers. Sounds like an advert, I know, but I'm just telling it like it is. I enjoy a beer in here.
If it's cheap, Martin will be here.
So let's have a wee walk down here. I don't really know much about these metro apartments. I don't really go anywhere here.
I was going to say, this is a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Obviously it's in the old Thai style house.
Well, the whole thing was built by the Lenke family, the whole street, so that's how you can see the LK and the balconies.
Yes.
So obviously a very rich family, and they decided to build this whole street. which you could argue is probably a private street.
They're going to be doing well now.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. This is a sports bar, obviously, so I'm not a big sports fan, so I don't really go in there much. Something that I've just noticed, and I've never noticed this before, is right behind us here, we've got Zen rooms. I never even knew they were here. So this must obviously be above Destiny or Gogo.
This is like some kind of secret passage here.
Yeah, well, no, Zen are quite a big company. They've got a lot of places in Bangkok, and I always use them when I go up to the Sukhumvit Nana area. So I never knew they had one here. So it just shows you that you can miss stuff even though you've been here years and years and years. So yeah, Zen rooms.
There you go, secret passage.
There we go. Okay, Drunken Dog. Do you know anything about Drunken Dog, mate?
I don't know much about this.
Right, I think this is obviously another sports bar, very similar to the Metro. I don't know too much about that either.
So here we've got Phoenix Bar, which is still the part of the same group, isn't it? Still owner bar and yeah.
Look at the owner here.
Yeah, there's four in there. There's four, yeah.
Yeah.
Four.
One at the moment.
7 Cents, Salona, Phoenix.
Not 7 cents. The one in Phoenix, Boom and Unreal.
There you go. Are you waiting for these now?
Yeah, so he's opening up the new bar in Soy 6.
Okay.
So all these bars, they just run the same kind of price of the beer and the same. Is it the same
group,
same business model?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Same group, yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
it'll be different on Soy 6. It'll be a whole new model.
Yeah, the prices will be more expensive.
Follow the Soy 6 trend, I guess.
Yeah.
This is quite Soy 6 trendy, isn't it? You know, the single unit.
Yeah. Well, the look of it is, the prices are probably a bit cheaper than Soy 6. But...
Oh, I think LK Metros. The rents are here are high, so he's going to have to justify it to the price somewhere.
We think Nick should get a bar in LK Metro. We were just saying that his Hacienda theme would go really well in here.
Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably a couple available at the moment.
Yeah, well, I know where there's a few available.
I'm sure you know.
If anybody wants to send money in.
yeah. Super chat, 3 million.
Nick, tell us about this boom bar, because it used to be 2 units.
I don't know much about it, I just know.
And now we've got this as another name now.
All I know is it's still part of the same group. And they've got 4 bars in LK Metro, and they're opening another one on Soy 6.
Right.
So that's all I know. It's kind of a Soy 6 model where you've got the single units, which we just discussed. But not a great deal I actually know about it.
And is this closed because they have to pay a sign tax?
I think this is it could be. But then again, they haven't done it with the others. But saying that, I think it's a new bar and they're just concealing. It's called conceal, and they're just concealing.
Okay, so let's walk down here. A few sort of strange places here. This is new, the Mint Restaurant. I have no idea about this one
before.
I've never seen this.
There you go, it's a new bar.
So if you maybe it's a little coffee place or something,
Yeah, it looks like it. Well, they're open anyway.
Well, golf club. So this might have been. Was this the old? Remember there used to be a golf bar in the owner passed away kind of thing, you know. So yeah. Okay, let's walk down here. One of my favourite bars we're coming up to now, Nick. And we have got the Billabong here.
Yeah, Billabong is always a great bar. And you know what? Last year, if you remember, when we first opened after the first lockdown, it really didn't do well. And we did our top 10 flourishing bars. And I think that they were kind of probably a little peeved that we didn't put it in there, but it was only justified.
Yeah.
And now, since we reopened after the second lockdown, I don't mean now at this point, they became much bigger and better and more busier. So they kind of took the customers back. So fair play to Billabong. And if they were in the top 10, they would be in the top 10 now.
Yeah, I'm laughing. They've kind of built some kind of wall there of seats and tables. It's like as if they're expecting some kind of war.
The thing is, if you look at this, right, this bar is 4 units. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So that would be very expensive to rent, and also a very big bar to fill.
I always remember this because this was the Pattaya his favourite bar, and he was in here every single night.
I thought it was that one across there.
Well, yeah, he was in Phuket. He was in the I Rovers, but this was where he was always sniffing. So yeah, that's what makes this bar quite famous for me.
Is this where he found his ladyboy?
Well, one night we might see him sitting there having a beer or something, you know. A wee bit sad to see this, but hopefully they'll open soon. as you can see, we've still got people inside the bar, Nick, because people are having to be security and to watch everything.
That's the thing, see, because a lot of these bars are open. So, like Steve at the Triangle Bar, they've got to stay open and stay there to keep security there. You'll notice this with a lot of the beer bars at the moment. A lot of the beer bars that you know, are made in Thailand or on Beach Road. There's people in them. They're not exactly. There's a lot of homeless in them, but some of them are not. But they're just protecting their businesses.
And of course, across from Billabong, we have got the famous Kilkenny's, famous for their breakfasts and their food. As you can see, it's open just now because they can sell food being a restaurant. Although there is no alcohol, we can see in the sign there. And this is another place. Now, this is an interesting place, Nick, because if you don't like the loud music in Billabong, you can sit over here and the music's not as loud.
And hear it from Billabong.
Yeah, and here's another thing. A lot of people don't like the buy one get one free beer.
Correct.
So if you sit over here, I believe it's still 60 baht a beer. So if you just want the one beer, you don't want too loud a music, then Kilkenny's the best place to be.
I'm not into the buy one get one free because it means you've got to be there for a bit longer. I suppose that's the idea of it.
Yeah, and we should also point out that a lot of Nick, come in. We should point out that a lot of professional pool players come in here because it's got a pro pool table.
Oh, okay.
Now apparently this is quite an expensive pool table, and I've heard that a lot of the professionals like to play on this because it's not one of the really small tables. So you'll see quite a lot of people waiting. You know.
I do, mate. All right.
So you'll see a lot of people waiting to put their name on the board. They want to play a game of pool here.
That's always my excuse, is the pool table.
Let's move up to the corner here, Nick, because this is another famous little bar, the iRover Sports Bar. I think maybe one night we'll get Darren on the TFI show and maybe have a little chat to him and find out how things are going here.
You know what? I never actually walk past here and see what is in the corner over there. Is it an hotel? I don't know.
That was a hotel. Obviously it's for rent now, but yeah, that was quite a kind of famous hotel.
You should knock that down and put an entrance to my condo right here.
Can I tell you a funny story? I came down here one night, it was about 2-3 years ago, and there was a Japanese guy on the balcony bonking a girl in front of everybody. And the whole soy was sitting, the motorbike guys were sitting, we're all sitting watching like that, and he's going hell for leather on that balcony up there, mate. That was a great night, free show. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
We've got a Cafe Racer here.
Oh, I love Cafe Racer.
Yeah.
I'm a big Cafe Racer fan.
I actually think what they've done here is very smart, and I thought about it for the Hacienda, whereas they've cordoned it off and they've airconned a section of it, so you've got aircon and non-aircon. So I think that's a good idea, and I've considered it myself. And when we went in that night, we had a great night in here. Good stuff.
I love theme bars in general, and the fact that they're doing like 70s, 80s music with all the videos, it stops you getting bored. And it's somewhere you can bring maybe a girlfriend or something, and you can sit and you don't have to think too much about having a conversation. You can just watch the videos, maybe watch the people go by. So I'm a big fan of theme bars, and the more theme bars in Pattaya, the better, I think.
Yeah, like the scooter bars.
So we got Jibbies now. Jibbies is a kind of coyote style bar. A lot of people sit out here on the pavement in Jibbies. So it's a people watching thing.
They did some work on this. I can't remember the glass screen being there before.
Yeah. I think it was open when they first started, and then they made it aircon when they renovated it. And they have got a couple of poles inside where the girls can dance. But it's mostly a people watching place. A lot of people sit on the pavement here and just watch the world go by. So Jibbies, quite a nice wee place.
I don't think I've ever been in there, to be honest.
Dolls LK. Now this one is a strange one. It's one of the kind of smaller Gogos in LK. Very, very thin. I think it's always been a little bit on the pricey side, but I could be wrong there. But I remember when you go in, that it's not a great value kind of Gogo bar, and it's quite small. I think there's only like not many girls working in there, so I think this one might be one that's going to change into something else. Maybe it'll get amalgamated with something. I don't know too much about the owner and stuff.
I was going to say I didn't even know it was there until we've just come to it.
Yeah.
So that's how much I know. Let's look at this one here now. This one is Friends, which opened about a year ago, was it?
Yeah. I mean, this one used to be the office of Gogo.
Yeah.
So and office was kind of double unit.
I think they've tried to make this a bit higher end. And I think they've got like a VIP upstairs. But I have actually been in here, and I did find it quite pricey. But you know, I suppose that's how they meant it. I think they deliberately wanted it. I'm not sure if maybe in the beginning they were going after a kind of Asian market.
Yeah, I think it's more for the key of kind of American hip hop club. So
Yeah, it's a hip hop.
Yeah, so I think that was the angle, and yeah, to be fair, I think it works. I think it's the same team that like 808 in Woking Street.
Yeah.
And what you can see here, which is very important, is that they're deciding that LK is going to become a late night entertainment zone.
Yeah.
And this is the first people that really threw the dice and gave it a go. As you can see, a few more people are going to try. So I can see big changes in LK Metro happening.
Yeah, especially with nightclubs and that in this area, which nightclubs have really got to be 6 a.m. in Pattaya. Because otherwise they're not going to compete with Walker Street.
Well, I think that's going to be the big change, especially the new club on Bacau. Queen's Club, what are you thinking about Queen's Club, Nick?
Oh, it's a long time since I've been in here, to be honest with you.
You're not much a monger today, are you?
No.
Yeah, okay.
But what I have noticed is that everywhere's got LK on the balcony.
That's got PV.
This one's got PV. I hope he doesn't stand.
That's interesting. Maybe somebody can write in and tell us why it says PV.
They've actually changed theirs, haven't they? Because,
yeah.
Because everywhere's got LK, but they've got PV.
Well, strange. Yeah, if you know the answer to that, what does PV stand for? Let us know in the comments. So, Queen's Club kind of turned into a gentleman's club mostly. You know, it was turned more from the Gogo into the gentleman's club, more soft seating, more kind of shows and stuff. Huge bar inside, and it's actually got a pole area which goes right up to a double unit, if you know what I say at the beginning. So, and the girls do a kind of spinny pole show, and yeah, quite dangerous actually, that being that high. But Queen's Club, is it somewhere you would go for a night out?
Yeah, definitely. I go for a night out on most of these places on Arcade.
Let's walk down here now. Here on the right, we've got a famous Ladyboy spaghetti place.
Yes,
we should have asked Scott when he was on last week about this. Apparently, the spaghetti is excellent.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've never eaten from here, but I've heard
it's long and thin, but it's tasty. Okay, so
Crystal.
Next door we have got Crystal Club a Gogo.
What I like about Crystal is the proper dance shows, like the pole girls.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the professional pole girls. You can't beat it. I would love one in the hacienda at the front where we could get a big pole for that. And we actually came in, didn't we? And we filmed them one night. They're both on my Facebook as well, so I forget the names.
Yeah, so we get Andy, who's the manager in here, and he runs a good tight ship. Over the last few years, it's definitely not been as busy as what it has been in previous years, whether that's something to do with the climate or whether it's people are going elsewhere or just the sheer number of Gogos, I don't know. But for me, it's always been a really clean and good value Gogo. You know, they get draft beer in there that's pretty cheap, and if we look over here, we can see what the advertisement for the
and there's the two
show.
ladies I was talking about.
Yeah, and that was so a little show that we filmed not that long ago for TFI, kind of thing. Okay, right across the road we've got a brand new place,
the Dove Club.
So this is, I just spoke to Lucas earlier on about this, and he is knowing the owner of this, and he is going to get us into it on the opening night.
Lucas would know all the owners of Gogos.
Yeah, so he's going to get us into this place on the opening night. And this is, of course, used to be the old Ninja Gogo.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, the inside is exactly the same. I think you can maybe sneak in there.
Let me have a look.
Have a wee sneak. I'll sit here. So whether this is going to cater to the same Asians, we don't know. But apparently they've given it a good coat of paint and some new lights. Yeah, it's looking nice. So that's something new to come.
The interior is quite new, and I've just looked in, so it's all new.
Yeah. Now over on the right-hand side here, we have got one of the clubs that Scott is overseeing the construction. So this is the old Bachelor Club.
Yeah, which is part of the Baku group.
Yeah, owned by the Baku group. And of course upstairs is what he was saying earlier on, there's going to be a nightclub up there next. So,
oh right.
Yeah, so up the top there, behind there is going to be a nightclub. It started to be built and we're looking at maybe a 6-week completion. So this is looking actually, let's have a wee look in here.
Yeah, you can see a lot of work going on in here.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in here, I just can't remember the shape being like this.
Jamie Loy. Wait, there's Scott. Can Scott? Scott, is up there? Scott. Okay. So, I don't know where it's going to be. So you get, the main stage is going to be in the middle there, and we'll get seating in the left and right, and obviously the bar's going to be here. I'm assuming that's the toilets. A little bit dangerous. Let's
What's all going on here?
I remember years ago when I used to do all the condo videos, they never give you a hard hat, and there was things flying off the balconies and stuff, you know. So, okay, we continue our stroll down LK here. Let's have a wee chat over here, Nick. So we've got one of the most interesting Gogo bars in LK, for no other reason than that it's a little kind of hands-on place. Now, we had Ricky, the owner, on the TFI show a few months ago there, and this is always going to have a fun time in Pandoras.
It's one of them places where anything goes.
Anything goes. We won't say any more than that. Nick, what do you think of Pandoras?
I actually really like it, and Ricky's a nice guy. But it's an old school kind of a go-go.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with old school. And I'll be honest, I can't wait for it to open. I want to come in and give Ricky plenty of business and spend lots of money in here and help him out, because he's one of the real gentlemen in Pattaya. And
legendary manager.
Legendary, yeah. And he's been here a good few years. His health's not getting any better, so I think we need to go in and support him, drink lots of beer, come in and buy Ricky a drink. He'll always say yes, and do you know what? He'll always buy you 2 bloody back. I don't know how that works. He's not going to make any profit out of that. So yeah, Pandoras, a Gogo. Now Nick, let's just switch over here, because there's a wee few stories in Kink a Gogo. Tell me about Kink.
Kink is somewhere where I absolutely love upstairs, and I've got quite a few stories from this place.
Can you give us any stories, any small stories?
Okay, let me give you a story from perhaps about 18 months ago. There was a guy, he's a customer of ours, kind of works in the Middle East and he came into the Hacienda and he said, where can we go after that's going to be open, kind of thing? Where do you think's the best a go-go? And I went, right, it's going to be Kink upstairs. So he said, right, I'll bar fine everybody. Let's close the bar and go. So we did it.
Okay. Look at these two characters, these two dodgy guys walking down the street there.
Dodgy guys.
You doing, David, okay? I won't ask what you're wandering about looking for. There's no, like, the lady boys are around the corner, mate, around the corner. Okay. Yeah, I mean, now there's different between downstairs and upstairs, Nick. Tell us about that.
Upstairs is more plush, for stars.
Okay.
And more goes upstairs.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's full on. You've got to be, I wouldn't, you know, if you're a bit squirmish, don't go in there.
Now inside they've got an elevating centre stage, which every now and then they bring the girls from upstairs downstairs, and there's a kind of big orgy on a stage kind of thing, isn't it? It's quite interesting.
I'm not saying nothing.
I'm not saying anything. So there's a bit of entertainment in there. This place is so unusual that it's got a cult following now.
It has got a cult following.
Almost like the Windmill X-Zone.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of people who I speak to who come here on vacation and whatever, and they always say we're going to Kink upstairs. It's got a. They spend quite a lot of money on it, to be fair, on the upstairs to make it the way it is, and good luck to them.
Yeah, this was one of these white elephant locations that never worked before. So before it was called Gold, and then before it was Gold, I can't remember what, Amethyst. You remember Amethyst?
Yes.
So it was one of these places, a white elephant, never worked. Kink is the only thing that's actually made it.
Let me ask you a question here.
Oh, you got your own wee vlogging thing, you know. And some people that go upstairs and Kink, they're walking down to see if it's open, but it's not open, mate. It's not open. Okay, then moving swiftly on, we have got the Rock House here, and of course a lot of people will know it's the famous Alec that is the owner in here, and he runs the Pattaya Live, is it? Pattaya Live forum.
I think it's Pattaya Legends.
Yeah, Pattaya Legends. So he runs a kind of aircon Sabai bar. You can play your own music on the jukebox.
Say aircon.
Aircon, yeah. Okay, and now what do we know? I don't know much about Shaggers. They used to have karaoke in here.
I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it used to be a karaoke bar, and then they kind of had some live music. Wee bit of a strange one. I think I might go in here more, because obviously they're doing Motown stuff, and I think they're trying to compete with the Scooters Bar when it comes to the live music and
music.
stuff. So yeah, Shaggers is still here. Of course, let's move over to Lady Love.
Lady Love, which is probably did the best out of all the Gogos since we've reopened.
Yeah.
Well, obviously closed now.
And what's out? Obviously, they've changed the name now to Lady Love Club, and a lot of the Go-Go bars have done that now. I don't know why, but they want to call their name Club. Maybe they get a different license. Maybe it's something to do with it.
I
don't
have
know.
no idea why that is.
Yeah, maybe it sounds sexier. Go-Go's are out, clubs are in.
Yeah.
It could be that. You can see they've spent an awful lot of money on Lady Love. I mean, it's very, very plush looking. There's a lot of granite, a lot of kind of pink doors and stuff. Yeah, so I think that they should have renamed this. They should have made it the New Sapphire Club, to be honest, because how much left is of the original Lady Love? I don't think there's anything. That's not like me knocking the place, Nick. It's me just saying that they should have just maybe changed the name.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that this place though. It is nice. It's probably one of the better Go-Go's on this site.
If we move over here,
Champagne Club.
We've got Champagne / Rise.
Yeah.
What's your memories about Champagne, Nick?
I've got memories of coming in here early doors
Right.
with friends, probably about 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Are we oh, right, you said the afternoon a long time ago.
It was, yeah. I wouldn't say a long time ago, but maybe 4 or 5 years. I suppose that is a long time ago.
Yeah, because I think they started to kind of cut down on the daytime opening in LK, so that was a wee bit of a problem. You know, technically their licence didn't really cover them.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know
so
that.
then they started opening about 6, 7 o'clock and stuff.
Okay. I didn't know that. I wonder why it's not a daytime place, because that's one of the things. When I looked at opening a bar in LK, one of the things that got me was, hang on, it's very expensive rent, but there's no daytime trade. When you're paying that much in rent, you do need some kind of a daytime trade.
Yeah, maybe it'll change. Of course, Soy Boomerang is now the daytime place. Now, what happened here is there used to be a single unit, and the one beside, they bought that unit. Somebody told me the story that they bought the unit on the right just to stop anybody else buying it.
Okay.
And then they changed it into what was called the Malibu Club.
Yes.
So on the left you had Champagne, right was Malibu. Then they just forget about the Malibu, made Champagne the treble unit.
Yeah.
Then that kind of didn't work because it was too big. And then they've changed it into Rise Nightclub, which never really get going because literally after the guy kind of started this, the lockdown started. So it never really, but maybe it will be in the future. I think what we're seeing now is we've got Warehouse, we've got As Friends, we've got Above Bachelor, and we've got Rise. Can you see a theme here, Nick?
And yes,
nightclubs.
It's going more nightclubby, which is a good thing. And this is where hopefully the late licenses will come in, like the 6 a.m s.
I think it's staring you right in the face that we know exactly what's going to happen. You know?
Over in Martin, we have got Scooter Bar.
Yeah, well, Scooters Bars is kind of a great bar just to sit and relax and maybe chat to your friends and stuff while you're watching the videos.
I mean, it is one of my favourite bars, actually. And out of all the Scooter Bars, I'd like Soy Bacao in this one, but particularly this one.
I could never understand, we had Mark on the show, and I could never understand why he never opened the Soy Bacao branch, because right across from Town.
Not enough people. He did open it, he did try, but there wasn't enough people. He is planning on reopening it. Well, he was at the last point when we spoke to him, but he did say he was quiet. This one was busy, that one was quiet. Same as me with A7, that was quiet when I first.
So you have to take a gamble on what bar's going to make you the most money, most bang per buck.
I'm sure at the very beginning, Mark didn't know. He probably would have thought, okay, will work. Soy Bacao will work, and this one will work. But obviously, only one of them because there wasn't enough people about.
Maybe it was difficult to fill a lot of girls in the bar too. So he thought, let's just throw everything. Let's put all our chips on the one place.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did with the SN.
And next door we've got the Thirsty Camel, a little kind of nice little bar to people watch there. Used to do quite a lot of good food in here, Nick. There used to be a good chef, a Thai chef, and the Thai food was excellent. I done a little advert for these guys that was on TV, yeah, it's a great little bar just to sit there.
How are you? Yeah.
They've actually got quite a lot of girls in here, so it's a wee bit of a kind of hidden gem in the OK.
Hidden gem. There you go. Same as Scoot Bar.
Now we're across from Thirsty Camel here, Nick. Not sure what this is going to be.
By looking inside, it looks like it's going to be toilets. Maybe toilets for Craft Cottage. I don't know.
Yeah, or it's going to be another small Gogo.
But it seems like, I mean, it's obviously it's a single unit. You wouldn't waste it on toilets. because you're never going to get your money back on that.
Yeah, I seen an Asian bloke earlier on with his team building, so I'm not sure if it's maybe linked to the craft cottage next door.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think we're going to have to sit and wait for this one. You would think that this location is prime spot.
Yeah.
Why would you waste it in toilets?
Exactly.
This is going to be a money-making scheme, isn't it?
Obviously, before it used to be a laundry. I doubt you would, the rental prices on this side, the laundry, you just wouldn't make it.
Unless it's one of those laundries.
Okay, yeah. And here on our right-hand side, you have Craft Cottage, which is really nice for food, Martin.
Yeah, well, they've got, look, espresso 30 baht, lattes 40 baht, Americano 35 baht. These are cheap prices,
Yeah.
And if you like your kind of IPA beer, then this is the place to be. Quite an interesting one if you think about it. Where else in kind of would you get this variety in a street?
Not many places. I think, Martin, now, what's your opinion on Sobe Go? Because my opinion is that this is going to be the #1 place. Because even when it was quiet everywhere, this one was quite busy still. Okay, after the first lockdown, it was pretty quiet, but it was still the busiest area in Pattaya. After the second lockdown in January, it was booming on here. Mm-hmm. It was like it was high season, and Billabong was packed, whereas after the first lockdown, Billabong wasn't packed. Then it was packed after the second one. But I think that this place is going to be, because I don't think there's going to be, they're not just going to open the borders for a long time, maybe another year or 2 years, I don't know. So there's going to be areas that are concentrated, and OK Metro will be #1.
I think the two main points that we've shown today is #1 is that the strong will survive, and this is definitely looking strong. And secondly, the sheer amount of money that's been spent on renovations here tells me that this is where everybody is focusing their efforts on. So I'm not saying other places won't reopen. I'm saying this will be the first place to reopen.
Definitely. It's without doubt, it's going to be. It'll blow Walking Street out of the water, this place. Yeah. Without doubt.
Listen, it's been great having a wee walk down LK. It might be hot, we might be sweaty. I say next week we take a look at Tree Town and see what's up there.
We'll have a look at Tree Town because obviously there's a lot going on there as well. I have said before that Tree Town is going to be, a hot spot, but it's yet to prove itself.
It is that. We should mention that we're going to make a second uncut version of this video.
Yes, which is just going to be for the members only. So what you're going to get in there is
a little bit naughty.
Gogo footage, what has been made in the past. So we'll show you what it was like.
So it's all my footage, so it's not been nicked off anybody. Totally we ownership of this, and it's just in the members area.
It has to go in the members area because it will get demonetized, the video. So guys, if you're not join, come and watch Martin's footage.
We'll see everybody else for the usual Boots on the Ground live show. See you later, guys.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care.